Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we're getting ready for part 2 of our Sephora savings event video. I'm not going to do a long intro. Let's just get right into the product. So now we're going to start with eyeshadow palettes. And I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes that I can recommend to you, but these are absolutely probably my favorites and most used. This Natasha Denona All Neutral Biba palette. All my Natasha Denona palettes, this Biba palette is definitely the one that I have reached for the most since it launched. So you have your much cooler tones, you have your gorgeous shimmers, the satin shades, you have a lot of warm, rich tones, this gorgeous mustard right here. This is one to really get into because I'm telling you, no matter what the occasion, you can come up with a look with this palette. One, it's small but mighty, and it is this Charlotte Tilbury quad. This is the Pillow Talk Dreams palette. So it's like an upgrade to the original Pillow Talk, but I much prefer this one just because the original Pillow Talk is a lot more muted. It's a lot less pigmented, I would say. So this one really just umps the quality. Moving on to the palette that I probably used the absolute most during 2022 is this Makeup by Mario Ethereal's Eyes palette. I have put this little palette to work. He did such a fantastic job with this palette. Again, it's one of those that you look at it and it is a little bit, do I really need it? It doesn't look very exciting, but I can tell you that these mattes that he put in this palette are so buttery. They are so creamy. This is a palette I haven't been able to put down since I bought it. I find one shade in here for any and every look. That is for sure. Every single brand came out with a liquid or cream blush. Refi one, this is the shade Citrine, and this is a cream blush. It is such a pretty creamsicle color blush that I think would be so beautiful now for spring and summer. I really enjoy this formula. It's not too thin. It packs the punch. It has really nice pigmentation. So I really recommend this one. The next one, I won't stay here too long. I've talked about Tower 28 cream blushes quite a bit. As you can see when the light hits it. Then the Refi one, it's a lot dewier. It's such a pretty formula. During the day, I love these for sure. All right, so heading over to Merit. This is a cream blush that I really enjoy using because it is very subtle, but once you put it on your face or on your or you put it on your brush, you're gonna notice that it kind of shears out to this more pink color rather than a berry color. It is a blush, makes a statement without being overpowering for sure. And I saved the best for last because the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Blushes. Goodness, has this received not all the hype in the world, but honestly for a good reason. The formula is just fabulous. This is in the shade Jubilee, which is one of my favorites. The shade is right there. It is between an orange and a terracotta. It is a unique, very unique color. I have nothing like this in my collection, and it just goes on very smoothly. It is matte, so you're not gonna get that dewy look. Just make it look like blurred perfection, like your skin is beautifully rosy. I really enjoy that formula. We're gonna be talking about cream bronzers. This is the LYS bronzing stick, but this stuff is so pigmented. The shade that I have is No Limit. From the, I'm not even pressing, and look at the pigment. I mean, pigmented cream bronzers that I have ever come in contact with 10 times creamier than the Makeup by Mario. I would personally grab it straight from the back of your hand and then apply it, not apply it straight on, because you will overdo it if you don't have control. And this one is a newer product, but it's also by Tower 28, and it is the Sculptino in Hammer. What I like about this particular shade is that it is a little warm, a little cool, and very, very creamy, as most Tower 28 products typically are. It is buildable. You're not going to get a crazy amount of pigment like with the LYS with this product. You do kind of have to build up the intensity if you want to, but you can see right there compared to Harmony that it is a lot cooler and this one is a lot warmer. I know that they had a bronzer, but that one had shimmer, so I really, really enjoy their matte formula. Milk Makeup Sculpt Stick in Stoked. My only pickle to pick with this is that I don't know if you guys, let me see if I can put my hand here so you guys can see. All right, that was not me. The product pretty much crumbles and breaks apart when you use it. That was me going in with a brush to put it on my face without going directly on my face and painting on with this, and it just completely broke off. I hate the packaging so much. This stuff is tiny in time, but that being said, I'm recommending this to you because this is a true contouring cream. Shade, but it is a cool tone shade that I have found is wearable. Some cooler tones I find are completely unwearable. I have really enjoyed the formula, which is why I'm recommending it to you guys today. All right, so for cream highlight, I have enjoyed so much and I find the formula so flattering. This Merit highlighting balm in the shade Kava. Nothing bad to say about this. It goes on so sheer. You're really gonna look like you're glowing from within. That really nice wet look. My goodness, if you are going on vacation, if you are getting married, I think having this underneath your foundation and then maybe going in a little bit and highlighting those high points where the sun is gonna naturally hit, or if you're having a nighttime wedding, this would be so gorgeous. When you tap it out, it's really gonna just be one with the skin. It's not really gonna be that floating stripe of highlight that we used to do back in the day. You're not recommend this so much for anybody going on a vacation or a bride. Oh my goodness, you need it. Moving on to this Refi Gloss Highlight. So this is a lot more sticky, but the reason why I like this one so much, I think it's because of the shade. So I have this one in Topaz, and this is the packaging. It's a squeezy tube. I'm not a fan of the squeezy tube because you can just waste a lot of product that way, but like, look what I mean. Do you see that? That's not going anywhere. This is a literal gloss. It looks like a lip gloss. It is such a beautiful shade on someone with a little bit of a medium to medium dark skin tone. That is just gonna look so pretty. They have other shades, but I picked this one up because I really didn't have anything like this in my collection. So I really enjoy those two cream lights so much and recommend you guys to check them out during the sale for sure. Let's talk about powder blushes. Really have been enjoying this Eye to Cheek blush from Valentino. I'm sorry, I'm spacing out there for a second. I found the shade number 2, and it is such a gorgeous watermelony pink. These have the finest almost sheen to them, but so pretty, in fact, that it doesn't look chunky on your face. That's the color right there. It is a stunning color, and as you can see in the light, you're gonna get that sheen on your cheek, but but it's not going to be chunky glitter because I have a lot of larger pores right there. But this formula doesn't accentuate any of those larger pore areas. It really just is such a nice blush. All right, now we are going to be talking about the Charlotte Tilbury blushes. This one is the Pillow Talk Intense Cheek to Cheek blush. The reason why I like this one in particular the most is matte and has a very light shimmer center. So you are not going to be getting a very shimmery blush, pretty neutral color, very sheer, very pretty, extremely buildable. I think it doesn't do justice when you swatch it on your hand as it looks on the face. For me, I've used this for years. That's not a new blush at all, but I would recommend. Everyone went literally gaga for was this Haus Labs blush for good reason. These are gorgeous. They are very pigmented and they are neon looking on the pan. The good news is don't get scared by the color of the pan. Just really swatch it and know that you can minimize how neon it looks on your face by really just dabbing your brush in here, or using a brush like this, which is a stippling brush that will disperse it in a way where it doesn't pack on a ton of color. Gorgeous neon hot pink. I hate it, some people love it. I'm one of those people that say 10 out of 10. I really enjoy it. Moving on to powder bronzers, I have 3 I want to talk about. My oldest but truest, and it's from Hourglass, and it is the Luminous Bronze Light. I have had this bronzer. I have this one and the slightly darker one, and I have used this on so many people. When I tell you that the range of faces, textures, skin tones that I have used this bronzer on and have never had an issue, I'm telling you, I've used this for years. No matter what other fancy bronzer I can have, I'm reaching for this one. Have a nice sheen that does not really show up a ton on the face. You're going to look like you came from a luscious vacation with a beautiful bronze tan. These are essential for me to not go wrong with this bronzer. Then we're gonna talk about this Ilia bronzer. This is another one. Don't overdo it with this because it is pigmented. As you can see, there's a dent, but there's a dent in there because this powder is so fine that it will crumble from just swirling your finger in it. You see it there and you're thinking, you put this on your face, a little bit goes a long way. If you overdo it, you're going to be bronzed to the gods. This is the Gucci bronzer, and I have mine in the shade 03. I, again, really like the shade of this, how it lays on the face. I love that it is an all matte bronzer. The packaging is really and truly what sold me for this bronzer, as sad as that is. But the formula is really, really nice too. It lays gorgeous on the face. It's not a super warm, as you can see here, it's not a super warm bronzer, and it just lays so nicely on your cheek. It's funny how light they're translating on camera right now, but if I were to grab a brush and put this on my face, you would be like, easy girl. I'm going to be talking now about setting powders. First and foremost, excuse me, weather. My Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder. Who names these things? My goodness. This is a powder that has been around for years, and I recommend it year after year. This is in the shade Fair, so obviously not my shade right now, not my shade ever, but I have multi-use for this. When I have somebody come sit in my chair who's very fair, I use this to set their makeup. But I also sometimes would use this powder to dust off the excess powder from underneath my eyes. I think this is a cult favorite for a reason. It is a really nice, fine powder to have. Next is a powder I don't hear anybody really talking about, and I love using this. My God, I love using this. This is not going to give you crazy coverage. This is not going to give you anything like that, but it is the Dior Backstage Face and Body Powder No Powder. And I can attest to the powder no powder part because this is an undetectable powder. It lays flawlessly on your skin. You really cannot detect this powder. It has become just the perfect addition to my kit. On the back, it says, for professional performance, perfecting translucent powder, natural radiance blurs effect. And I think all those claims are spot on. You're not going to have, you know, powder visibly sitting on your skin. This is my most recommended item, I think, of everything that I'm talking about today, for sure. Just buy it. Take advantage, buy it. If they have it in a dark enough shade that works for you as a bronzer, buy it. If they have a shade light enough that'll work for you to set your under eyes, buy it. Just buy it. I'm not even going to talk more about this. Just buy it. Let's talk setting powders. From the Sephora brand, I really recommend this Universal Lightweight Translucent Setting Powder from the Sephora collection. I have tried this time and time again. It is really translucent. It does have a more yellow base than a pink base. So if you are looking for a pink powder, this is not for you. This is definitely way more yellow, less pink. Sets your concealer beautifully, and it is very affordable. Plus the 30% off that Sephora is offering. Can't go wrong. I really like this powder. This is the House Labs, oh God. Here we go with the long names. My goodness. Okay, Bio Blurring Loose Setting Powder. What I love about this is that it doesn't have a scent, because I don't know what's going on lately with like makeup brands, but everybody's trying to come out with powders that smell like airspun powder. Does anybody remember the airspun powders that smelled like abuela's talco? Yeah, this does not smell like that, and it will set your makeup beautifully. It's not going to be super highlighty, so just beware. It is a setting powder. It's very, very neutral, not too pink, not too yellow. It has some blurring properties for sure. One that just run out and get it. I use this so much, and this is the Givenchy Prism Libre setting powder, and I have mine in the shade 3 Violet Rose, and this is definitely more of that pink base color. So this one has 4 different tones, and then once you kind of bring it out, you're gonna see all those tones. Grab your sponge, mix everything on the back of your hand, and set your under eyes. Do the right amount of brightness. I'll put some more powder on my face right now. It is blurring. It does not have a scent, surprisingly, because most really high-end makeup has that abuela's talco smell. And for those of you who only speak English and will watch this video, it's the powder our grandma puts on after they shower. That's talco. Makeup quite often, especially for my makeup tutorials over on Instagram, and so this has lasted me a truly long time, and I see myself having powder here for a very long time. As far as eyeliners, I'm going to recommend 2 liquid liners, and then I'm going to recommend 2 pencil liners. SEPHORA Ultimate Gel Eyeliner, and I have mine in the shade Chocolate Brown Shimmer. They last a really long time. The shimmers in it are not too much. They are not chunky glitters. They're very fine. Looks so stunning. I've been looking for the perfect shade of brown liner for a very long time. Sometimes brown liners tend to look black. I don't know why. So it defeats the purpose, but that one is such a beautiful shade of chocolate, or gorgeous on your lash line. And then I'm gonna be talking also about this Makeup by Mario. The Makeup by Mario pencils I truly enjoy. They're very, very creamy. And I think this one is black, like so black. And I'm the type of person that I don't understand why they did this, because the fibers on this brush are so hard that if you by mistake happen to poke your eye, it's gonna hurt a lot. So don't say I didn't warn you. If you're using this little brush right here, and you're not too careful, and you poke your eye, it's gonna hurt. I really, really, really enjoy how pigmented and creamy and easy it is. And easy it is to just glide on the waterline without tugging at the eye. Then we have for liquid liner, I recommend this Valentino twin liner, and this one is in black and maroon. This pen glides on very effortlessly. Only thing I will say is it just broke. The other side, the pencil on this side is so drying that it will be a little hard. You have to be very, very gentle, because if not, this will happen where it literally breaks off. Liquid liner doesn't bleed. It is forgiving for mature eyelids where you have those fine lines on the lids. It will just go and not bleed into those spaces, gaps, lines, wrinkles, whatever you want to call it. It's gonna work with you and not against you. So I really truly enjoy it. It does not dry fully matte, but is a very, very nice liquid liner. And this is another dual-ended liquid liner, and it is from Tom Ford, and it is their eye defining pen. This one has two sides of liquid liner. One is a little bit larger, more thick, and then on this other side you have a more precise, smaller, more for definition. And this one I love working with. I can't tell you which one I love more, but the Tom Ford definitely has a finer tip to really line your eyes, and it does dry down fully matte. Some lip liners that I recommend to get is this one from Makeup Forever. I use this all the time. It is very cool tone. Love wooden pencils. I know people like those mechanical pencils, but I much prefer wood pencils. They just last so much longer. This one in particular is creamy. It's not very drying. These are meant for professional use, so you can use them on your eyes, you can use them on your lips. Is one of my favorite shades, and it is Endless Cacao. You guys have seen me use this a ton, so I'm gonna move on, but this is a very nice lip pencil. From Makeup by Mario, I have this one in the shade Tan. On the contrary to the eyeliner, this one has a brush on the other side that I really, really enjoy. See, that one's a lot more cool tone. This one's a lot warmer, but still not super warm where it looks, you know, very pink. Nice and neutral, I would say. And again, this is in the shade Tan. So this one has this brush on the other side, which is really nice when you lay, and you can blend really well that lip liner with your lipstick. And I find the brush on this pencil very functional. And then last but not least, I have this Huda Beauty Lip Contour 2.0, and I have it in the shade Very Berry. This is my favorite shade that I have of these pencils because it is the perfect wine color. It is that one right there, and my God, if this is not the most perfect November, Thanksgiving, fall, winter color. I love using this, filling in my entire lips with this color and just calling it a day. It is so long lasting. These lip liners last an eternity on your lips. It is very, very, very nice. A recent formula for liquid lipsticks that I have tried and I have really enjoyed is this Makeup Forever Artist Forever Matte, and this one in particular is the shade 442. It's not crusty. You can eat. It dries nicely. It's more of an orange base, warm red. Definitely not in the blue red category, but will be very nice for now, spring and summer. I truly enjoy this formula a ton. What just happened? Another liquid lipstick that I think is really, really underrated are the ones from Sephora. Cream lip stain. Oh, very, very extremely light peach. Enjoy this color as more of a center dab kind of situation right here. And this is the shade. This one is in the number 73. If you are super fairy, you can wear this as a full lipstick. If you are a little bit more of a medium kind of tone, you can do a lip liner, a darker lip liner, put this in the center, dab it out with fingers, and call it a day. It's gonna give you a very, very, very interesting vibe. You wanna share it out, but I think this color is spectacular. I really enjoy it. I like these lighter shades, especially now for spring. Lipstick wise, I think the YSL Rouge Shines are very worth grabbing during the sale. This is a gorgeous coral, beautiful lip balm to take if you're going on vacation. This color is just simply stunning. And these are so comfortable, so nourishing on the lips. Obviously the wear time is not going to be that great just because balmy. The packaging is impeccable, and this color in particular, which is I have no idea. It's either 62 RN01 or 12, but it is stunning. Favorite Dior lipstick is this one, and this is the Rouge Dior 2220. Again, a very light shade. This is their matte style. It's as pinky purple mauve as I can possibly get, but it is such a comfortable matte lipstick to wear. It doesn't crinkle or crackle on your lips. You don't need to have your lips super, super hydrated for that formula to work. I really enjoy this. I have a ton of colors in the Rouge Dior line. All right, and then I have from Charlotte Tilbury a much creamier lipstick. I know everybody loves Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk is everyone's favorite Charlotte Tilbury lipstick, but mine is in Kim K. So you're gonna have a very similar color to this 73 lip stain from Sephora, KW, but I really love this lipstick so much. Go to Sephora, swatch it, get a little, sample, but it is a beautiful, beautiful color. For mascara, Rare Beauty, I think, is the most universal, awesome mascara I have ever tried. And I think you need this in your life. Grab it during the sale because this mascara is pretty awesome. I'm gonna recommend these two eyebrow gels because I have used these to death. Before I met her, I was in love with her. And this is the Refi Brow Gel, and I really enjoyed this at first. The white kind of threw me off because I really don't like those fiber setting brow things because my brows are naturally very thick, and so I don't want to add any more volume really to my brow. But I still really enjoy this, and I still use it from time to time. I've been cheating on that one with this one from Too Faced, and I got this one off of a recommendation that I saw here on YouTube, and it is the Fluff and Hold Laminated Brow Wax. The repurchase for sure, and I encourage you guys to, if you like that laminated look, that very like flat but not really flat look, definitely consider picking this up because this is a gem. Face really doesn't give it to me often, but they gave it to me with this. All right, guys, that is all I have for the Sephora savings event and the recommendations. I think I covered all the bases. If I missed anything, I'll be sure to do a quick shorts on maybe products that I forgot to mention. If you guys enjoyed this, I cannot wait to see videos of the hauls. I will be obviously doing one myself. Happy shopping, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Mwah. Bye, babes.